Hey guys, welcome to Whiskey and Literature. I'm your host, Captain Mike, and I'm excited because tonight it's my top 3 bourbons of 2023. And yeah, I know it's January 2nd, 2024. I just was so busy in December finishing my reading goal, my 52 books in 52 weeks. I didn't have time to get to this video last year. I did get my top 3 Rise of 2023 video. I'll link that in the description below if you want to check that out. So there are a lot of bottles that I have that are not on this list today because I didn't open them. I have the Blood Oath Pack 9, I have the Jack Daniel's 10, I have the Booker's Charlie's Batch and Storyteller's Batch, and I have the Four Roses Single Barrel Strength. Those are bottles that I purchased and I just wasn't able to get to them because my purchasing outstripped my ability to open and to drink this year. I don't drink whiskey professionally. I have a full-time job. I just like to read books and drink whiskey, and that's just what I'm talking about. Also, I do have some bottles that I did open. I just didn't spend a lot of time with them, so I didn't put them on this list because I just felt like I didn't give them their due diligence, and I didn't feel like not that they didn't deserve to be on this list, I just didn't spend enough time with them to really be able to evaluate them. And a couple of them intimidated me, to be honest with you. The Stag, it was just so powerful, and even the Russell Reserve 13 was just so much. I'm hoping it opens up with a little more time and I can appreciate it as opposed to just being overwhelmed by the proof on those 2 pours specifically. I remember the day I had both of those on the same day, and it just blew me away. I was unable to really appreciate those 2 pours. So the first 3 bottles that we're gonna go through are my almost in the top 3 bottles. These I really appreciated, but they're not quite in my top 3 of the year. First is the Knob Creek Single Barrel. This was $69.99 from Lucan's. This was a gift to me from my good friend Kurt. He came to visit us, stayed at our Airbnb, and he got me this bottle. Its mash bill is 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. 9 years old, bottled at 120 proof. And all I'll say about this bottle is that it's a sip that's easy to love. I really like this, and I appreciate having this at my house. This one I saw on the Facebook group that I'm in the Tampa Bay here. Someone said that this was at Total Wine, and I ran over there and picked it up for $49.99. What an amazing value for the 1792 full proof. Mash bill, undisclosed, non-age stated, bottled at 125 proof. This is a rich and creamy pour, and I think is a great value and a great pour for this 1792. This last one is a Jim Beam product, and I did pay a little bit over MSRP, so I just left it in the box. I could take it out of the box, but I'm not going to. We did open this up with my friend John. He came over. He's a big Jim Beam fan. We opened up the Little Booker's Apprentice batch. I'm sorry, this is Little Booker's in Retrospect. I did pay a little over MSRP for this bottle from my local liquor store at $179.99. It's a blend of 7 different whiskeys, bottled at 118.1 proof. It is a punchy, powerful pour, and I love it. It could have been in my top 3, possibly. This was a really nice bottle. Okay, on to my actual top 3 whiskeys, top 3 bourbons of 2023. And this was a distillery, the first one here, that I was kind of avoiding until I saw that it had won the International Wine and Spirits Competition Bourbon of 2023. So I went out and picked out the Bardstown Bourbon Company Origin Series White Label. And I think this bottle has a pretty good label. It has information that I want to know. 6 years old, 60% corn, 36% rye, and 4% malted barley, bottled at 96 proof. This is I think the cheapest bottle on the list tonight. I paid $43.99 for this at Total Wine & More. The palate is the star. Cherry, oak, cinnamon, honey, citrus, and grains. It's a nice dense pour, finishes with some lingering warmth, honey, and citrus. To me, this was a surprising pour, not something I really had on my radar. And we're actually going to go to Kentucky next month, and I'm planning on going to go do a distillery tour at Bardstown Bourbon Company. And speaking of distillery tours, my next 2 bottles I bought at distilleries during tours, or right after the tours. The first one is the Lux Row 12-year double barrel cask strength. Mash bill is undisclosed. Again, it is 12 years. We know that. It is bottled at 118.4 proof. I paid $189 for this bottle at the distillery. After the tour, I had a pour of this and just decided I gotta have a bottle. This might have the best nose of the bunch tonight. It is so bold. It's dark, it has caramel, it has fruits, it has cherries. It's a really rich palate. Caramel, brown sugar, cherries, and coffee. The finish is dry and it's strong. A couple nights ago, I had myself a cigar out on the front porch, and I had a pour of the Frank August small batch. And I think this Lux Road 12-year would be a far superior pour and would stand up really nice against the powerfulness of a cigar. And certainly, this Lux Road topper is the most serious stopper of the bunch tonight. I love it. Okay, and my last bottle for tonight, I also got from a distillery. I was at the Jim Beam doing a tour, and it was pretty awesome because Freddie No and Fred No were there. The Hardins Creek Frankfurt was available that day, so they were both there signing bottles, and I got them to sign for me the Jim Beam Lineage. Yes, I paid $250 for this bottle. It's the typical Jim Beam mash bill, 77% corn, 13% rye, and 10% malted barley. They aged this for 15 years, and it's bottled at 111 proof. This used to be a global travel retail only product, and now they do sell it as well at the distillery. There is that typical Jim Beam notes, just amped up to the max. Nutty, fruity, sweet, sticky cherry, rich and creamy. Cinnamon, vanilla, and anise. It's a great clingy mouthfeel. Long, oaky, spicy, nutty finish. This is a great pour, and I'm gonna go do a Jim Beam distillery tour again, hopefully next month, going with my good friend John, hopefully. And if they have a Lineage there, I'm gonna pick one up. Honestly, in the end here, you could almost switch my almost top 3 with my top 3. It's that close. I found designating a top 3 bourbons this year more difficult for me than designating my top 3 ryes. So my question for you is, what were your favorite bourbons of 2023? And what do you think of my list of my top 3 bourbons of 2023? And regardless, I think it was a great year for bourbons, and I'm really looking forward to my pours next year. All right, my guys, if you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe to see more of my content. I do both book and whiskey reviews. And for now, you know what to do. I hope you're reading something good and drinking something great. Turn the pages, my friends, and stay thirsty. Cheers.